Mumia.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Mumia. Mumia, this is Tamika Cage. How are you?
Hello, Dr. Cage. How are you?
Mumia, we have our panelists here. The distinguished Michael Cord, Philadelphia attorney, is speaking, and we also have on the panel the amazing Lynn Washington, and we also have the dynamic journalist Dave Lindorf. And we want to give you an opportunity before we offer you to speak to, and Mark Taylor's here too, and Suzanne and Pam Africa and a whole bunch of folks. We want to just get you to speak some words, share some words with the people. We had a packed house here. Do you have anything you'd like to say to them today?
Have you ever known me not to have?
No.
I do. First, of course, I want to thank you all for coming this afternoon. When I heard about it several days ago, I was frankly overjoyed to hear of your attendance there, sir. Thanks to all of you. It shows the vitality of our movement, that the struggle for life and liberty, for justice, is not dead. So I thank you all, first of all. As I was thinking of this event, the words of none other than Judge Sabo came back to me, believe it or not. Clear as day, from the PCRA hearings of summer 1995, when he said in open court, justice is just an emotional feeling. I remember being floored by his words, with disbelief that I heard right, but there it is. Justice is just an emotional feeling. In all the books, articles, law reviews, and legal cases that I've read over these many years, I've never read anything remotely close to this. And I think it says as much about Sabo as about the state of Pennsylvania and its judiciary. For Sabo, that's his truth. It's only a word, an emotion, a feeling, and not a reality. And in fact, he's right, strictly speaking, because it's not a reality. It's not even an aspiration. It's an abstraction, a word, as easily disposed of as, say, constitutional or rights or due process. A judge who says such a thing openly in open session of court can easily deny a man the alleged right to self-representation. He can easily dismiss objections to jurors who say openly, no, I don't think I can be fair. He can easily allow testimony that he knows to be false and deny witnesses whose statements show clearly that such testimony was false. He can deny anything and everything, because after all, justice is just an emotional feeling. But justice is ultimately an empty term. It can mean whatever the judge wants it to mean, or nothing at all. For an
Jamal is from the State Correctional Institution at Green and is subject to monitoring and recording.
For in essence, that's what he was saying. Justice is nothing in this courtroom. Don't ask for it and don't expect it. Fair and impartial, as the old saying from New York is, forget about it. There's a reason that trials such as mine were steered to Sabo's courtroom. He was the second chair for the prosecutor, and he was skilled in denying defense motions. Years ago, when I worked as a jailhouse lawyer, I read the transcripts of a man who had a trial in Sabo's courtroom. This young man got into a knife fight with an older and much bigger man. His counsel argued to the jury that the younger man, who was cut and wounded in the fight, was fending off unwanted sexual advances by the older man, who unfortunately died of his wounds. The knife wasn't brought into the apartment by the younger man, but was owned by the older guy. Well, the jury came back and convicted the younger man of third-degree homicide. Judge Sabo, in words similar in effect as these, told the jurors, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I am not allowed by the rules of the Board of Judges to really comment on your verdict. You have found the defendant guilty of third-degree murder, and I thank you for your service as jurors in this case. But if ever I saw a case of first-degree murder, it was this case. And even though I can't change your verdict, I have to say, blah, blah, blah. You get the meaning. I couldn't believe it. But there it was, in black and white. Sabo considered any conviction less than first degree a loss and a failure of a trial. Under the law, the jury could have found him guilty of voluntary manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, or he could have been acquitted on the basis of self-defense. But for Sabo, third degree wasn't enough. And in violation of his own court rules, he told the jury off, even when they couldn't do anything else after they finished their deliberations. Is this fair and impartial? Only if justice is just an emotional feeling. I'm certain that it means much more to many of you. I certainly hope so. I think that's why many of you are there. And again, that's why I thank you. On the move, long live John Africa. From death row, this is Mumia, Abu.